interior construction as well.
Yeah, let's talk about PlanetSmart development. So it sounded like you had quite a bit of business coming into that other project that you were working with, and so that I would imagine transitions into the ability to bring in new business to start this new venture. What was some of the signs that you saw, just as a future business owner, that just told you, okay, this is the next path for me. I want to start this business. I want to put my name on the wall. And so this is, what kind of led you to make that decision to start the business?
So I've always, from an early age, said I wanted to own my own business and determine my own success. I never was keen on the idea of working for someone and watching them succeed while I'm, sitting here making pennies. In fact, and so in fact, one of the positions I've had, I was working for a company that the owner of the company was extremely ungrateful. He got to the point where you'd come back from working with a client, just measuring their space to get an idea of how much, so you could write up an estimate and know how much material to include. He'd be sitting at your desk yelling at you saying, how'd you sell it for? Like, I haven't even written the estimate yet. I just did the measurements. And there's other times that he'd just push you out of the way and take over the clients. And then when it was time to go out and measure them, he'd send you back out. I'm like, so you're going to take the commission because you sold the job, but you're going to force me to go do the work for you and not get paid. And I'm just like, okay, there's something's got to change. And it was about that time of frustration that my business partner, who has been in the business for over 40 years doing commercial construction, he mentioned that he was wanting to start a residential construction section. Is wanting to, put some effort into starting another branch, but didn't have the time to deal with it. And so we sat down and talked, and out of that meeting came PlanetSmart Development. So we formally started the company June of 2021, and spent a couple of months working on getting things like websites and business cards, and so all the background stuff that takes time when you're starting a company in place. I started out doing some home advisor leads for a couple of months. That we ended that pretty quickly because Home Advisor didn't back up any of their claims. We set a $700 per month spend limit on leads, and 2 weeks in, we were stuck with a bill of over $4,000.
Home Advisor, is that like a lead generation company for builders, contractors?
Yes.
Okay.
They've recently been bought by Angie's, and there's actually been a suit by the Federal Trade Commission applied against them.
Oh, wow. Is it a common one that contractors use, or is it maybe like a new one?
They've been around for many, many years.
Okay.
You'll see a lot of leads all over social media, fill out this form, and it takes you into it links you into their system. And what they end up doing is a customer will fill out a lead information, and they'll sell that same lead to like between 5 and 10 other contractors.
Yeah. Within my insurance background, I'm fairly familiar with how that process works. And so if you are I would say just a business owner in general and use, internet leads, I think that there's probably a separate conversation that we could go just over that process, how that works. And because, same thing within the insurance side. I mean, I think, we're around 2004, 2005 is kind of when the online lead generation started. If you got in early, within, I would say, 5 years of that, there was a lot of arbitrage between those that knew how to work them, those that didn't. But now there's some businesses that I know that are pretty profitable off of internet leads, but I would be curious to know the process within the contracting side of how that works in comparison to say like the insurance side. Typically you're looking at volume, number one, and then you're looking at a tremendous amount of time with call follow up, and then even some automation lead follow up things that your company has to put together. Even on the commercial side, I've seen it where, some of those leads are almost $600, per face-to-face appointment. So it gets incredibly expensive, and you're really just hoping to break even at some point so that you can use it for even just marketing or to fill a pipeline, to fill a void. Is that kind of your experience with that?
Similar. So for us, we were getting the average cost of leads when we were using that system was between $115 and $150.
Mm-hmm.
But that was what was being charged to, 5-10 possible contractors that were now all competing to obtain this one client.
Yeah.
And
how did the client feel about getting, 5 or 6 different contacts off of their input online?
There was a number of them that were very unhappy about it. A number of times that I got chewed out over the phone. It was like, my phone has been blowing up for the last 30 minutes, but ever since I put in this information, I just wanted contact from one person. And I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am. That's the system that's out there. We're just trying to help you out and make your dreams come to reality. So now that we've gotten away from that system, we've actually connected with another company through the Howdy Houston program, Evan Andrews with Andrews Media, who I believe had a showcase a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we just launched, I think it was about a week ago, we just launched our own marketing campaign utilizing his services.
Beautiful commercial that y'all did. I really liked it. The thing about that is that you always own it. You can run that as many times as you possibly can. And for me, I've noticed that the Facebook lead investment is roughly about the same as as internet leads when we're utilizing internet leads. So like, insurance internet leads run roughly around $10 to $15, per entry. Or more. It depends on quality, and so it depends on a variety of different reasons. But I saw it around 10 to 15. But the cool thing about Facebook marketing is that I would imagine that, especially within the contracting side, you may get that same ROI investment as the purchase, but you're not shopping it with another 5 to 6 other contractors, and they're people that see you and your brand. And so at the very least, you're getting in front of people's faces. Any short-term success from that commercial ad?
We've received leads from, I think, 3 potential clients. Haven't closed any of those leads yet, but we're working hard to get in touch with them and get things moving. But yeah, it's all about the game. I will say, ever since between connecting with Evan and Vanders Media and connecting with this group, we've started picking up referrals from realtors that are part of the group and other companies. I actually had a meeting this morning there was a referral from a metal building company that we utilize quite a bit. In fact, I've been working with this metal building company off and on for 10 years. And so I had a referral from them for a company here in town that's looking to expand. And so many companies like this metal building company, Schulte Building Systems, they manufacture the building but they do not offer erection services. Similarly, 99% of their sales they require to be done through a general contractor. So like if a client contacts them directly, they're going to turn around and refer to a potential, to a contractor like us to reach out to them, set up an appointment, go verify what it is the client's looking for, put everything together in a package to sell the project. And then, of course, out of professional courtesy, I return the request of the order to them.